Hello and welcome back to the Canary Chat channel. Today we have another transfer update video, one outgoing, a few people that we are after, updates on those. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So in regards to incomings, Botan Amin from Swindon has been signed for £250,000 up front and then a further £250,000 in add-ons. So a total of £500,000 for Botan Amin. We obviously did a video previously on Ian Holloway's thoughts on the situation. He was expecting to try and get £1 million because there was a lot of championship interest, but yeah, it has been confirmed, a total of 500,000, 250,000 up front and then another 250,000, and that he will initially go straight into the under 21s squad. Another player that we were slightly rumoured with at the start of the window due to him being a Norwich City player last year was Lewis Dobbin. So obviously it was at Aston Villa and Everton previously as well, and yeah, he got kind of transferred between the clubs when the questionable money was being sent around, but he has ended up at Preston North End now, so he's not coming back to Norwich. I know obviously there was talks that we'd be looking to get another Premier League loan. Lewis Dobbin could have been that, but this time he is not. Another one we can strike off the list, as well as Lewis Kumas. So obviously we've been linked with Kumas a fair couple of times, I think it's fair to say, and he has ended up going to Birmingham. So Birmingham have yet again strengthened, and yeah, it's an interesting one. We're clearly lacking a bit of kind of spark, it feels, in that final third in places. Obviously Sarge has been doing superbly, and that, yeah, he's keeping us competitive in games with his finishing, but away from that we don't seem to really have that attacking spark that we have needed in previous games, which is a bit disappointing. I think we're still maybe slightly short in that area potentially. Jurasek is obviously not playing as much as everyone thought he would, and there's a potential that he could kind of step up to that creative outlet. Forsen did have a good start in pre-season, and yeah, has obviously unfortunately picked up an injury in the first game of the season, which is another shame because again it could have been his kind of breakout year. So a little bit of a kick in the teeth. As I said, I do think we still need a form of attacking player just to bolster that front line. Obviously we're playing kind of one up top, two just behind with the formation we're currently playing, so maybe they see the rotation of kind of Marcondes, Fortal, Cernat, the potential Jurasek as enough to kind of manage that workload. But if we do change formation or if one of those gets injured, we are looking then a little bit light in my opinion. So yeah, it is a shame that Kumas has gone. I think that would have been an all right signing for us, but yeah, they haven't mentioned the Premier League loan recently again, so it may be that we're done in the transfer market as at the moment anyway. Just quickly, about 70% of the people watching this video are not subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content, you want to come along this journey, click the subscribe button down below. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. So if you're a big Norwich City fan, it's the place to be. So click that subscribe button. In regards to other money coming into the club, Johnny Rowe's deal to Bologna has now gone through. I believe it was around about 14.5 million with add-ons. We are pocketing 850,000, which isn't bad considering we haven't done anything to get that apart from put the clause in. I think Ben Napper in the long term was probably hoping for more in regards to that. If he had done well at Marseille, could he potentially have got another move to like a Premier League club for that 20-30 million pound mark? We'd obviously have profited a lot more there, but due to the bust up that had obviously happened between him and Rabiot, I think it was a case that Marseille were just happy to basically get things done and get one of them out of the door. Johnny Rowe obviously had a great season with us, never really kicked on with Marseille, and then they had that obligation to buy, which forced him over there. Hopefully he can pick up that form in kind of Italy in regards to himself. I think it's been a while now. I think Norwich fans can maybe start looking to let that one go. It's his career's just gone in a different direction to what a lot of us thought, but he gave us some good memories. He didn't leave in the best way, but we've still managed to make a bit of money with him moving on, so not the end of the world. And then, in regards to other outgoings, George Long has officially left on a season-long loan to Southampton, so he will be their third choice goalkeeper. I mean, obviously he's going for experience. The chance of him ever playing a first team game is very, very slim. We probably would have said Reyes potentially playing a first team game was very, very slim last year, but he did play a few due to the form of Long and Angus Gunn being injured. So there is still an outside chance that he maybe makes a couple of appearances for Southampton. They clearly, I think, got him in as an experienced head. Whatever your thoughts are on George Long, a lot of managers have always kind of appreciated how he's handled himself at the club, the experience that he brings, and the kind of support to the dressing room that he brings. So that could just be what Southampton are looking for at this point in time. A little bit of an odd one, I'll be honest, that Southampton have gone for him. I didn't know if a club maybe in League One or something would have been keen to get him either on loan or permanently, but yeah, all the best to George Long to his move to Southampton. As I said, that's a great opportunity. He's done really well to get that move. And in regards to Southampton fans, it is a tricky one to kind of base what to expect, because I just don't think he'll play. So I wouldn't worry kind of too much there. But yeah, it's another player off the books. We knew we had to get rid of goalkeepers. We've got Grimshaw, Kovacevic, Molden. They're the three that will be carrying us through the whole season. So George Long had to find somewhere new, and fair play, he's got a big club, especially in the Championship, to do that at. So I think that's a win-win for everyone. Still no approaches officially for Fisher, and I think after Stacey's pretty horrific injury at the weekend, with definitely, they've said they're going through the concussion protocol. I can't see us be willing to let Fisher go now, because we'd have to generate two right backs then potentially, depending on how long Stacey is out for. The club will obviously take it really slow, won't want to kind of press things. There is the international break, but obviously that's after the transfer window really, so that doesn't really matter. So I do think we'll try and get through the next two games without Stacey, and take it from there, and hope an international break can get him back in a good place to be in the starting lineup. Fisher, the interest has boiled down anyway. It was Everton, Nottingham Forest and Wolves supposedly were all interested in him. None of them made official bids, and I just don't see that happening anymore. So it looks like Fisher is staying put. There's no rumours on Nunes. Again, I think probably the injury has meant that we'll keep him. Might have failed any medicals that he tried to do. So that's a result for sure. And then we have Sarge. Still no more interest from anyone else. It's all very quiet. Only got about a week left, or under a week left of the transfer window. The MLS window's closed as well. He's got no interest in going to Germany, so we are really waiting to see if there is a panic buy in the Premier League, because clubs will have had a few games, will have sussed out on if they think players are capable of keeping them up. I still can't see any of the promoted three taking a punt on him, because they've signed strikers themselves, Brozier, Calvert-Lewin, Okafor, all players like that they've already signed. So I can't see them going for another striker who's going to cost a lot of money. He obviously scored yet again, so that's more money in my opinion that we could charge. As I said, about nearly every goal seems to me like it should be another 3 million or so, to really kind of make it an unbelievable transfer. I think, not to be dramatic, but I do think that if we were to sell him now, it'd have to be for a club record fee, because the value that he brings to the team, it hugely outweighs the money that we'd get. Anastasios have been very clear that we don't need to sell. We don't need to kind of get money in at the moment for PSR or financial fair play. So if we can keep him, that's the biggest signing we could have made this transfer window, in my opinion. But as long as it stays quiet, that's all that matters. And potentially, if he does go, I imagine it'll be on the last couple of days, really. But leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the most recent rumours. What position would you want us to strengthen in? Again, it's not saying that Norwich won't make any last-minute signings, but there does seem to be something very quiet at the moment. Not many rumours flying around at all. So that's why we've kind of had basically a week between these videos, as not too much has been happening. So yeah, we'll see. But at the end of the day, the squad is where it's at. There's different kind of worries around our style of play, our formation, but I think the squad is now pretty set, unless we get one more loan signing, potentially towards the back end of the window. But as I said, leave a comment down below on who you think we should be going after, or what position we should be strengthening. If you've enjoyed, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.